Good Sunday morning. This morning's weigh-in, I was down 3.8. That is 35.6 pounds in 13 weeks. And it puts me at, 310.8. Last week, I talked about phase 1 for me of successful weight loss was starting a self-love revolution, getting my mind right, etc., etc., etc. Phase 2 for me was doing my research. I did not want to dive into keto without as much information as possible. If I was going to take this seriously, and if I ever imagined of being successful, I knew I needed to learn the ins and outs of keto. I'm still learning, because I wasn't going to wait forever. I had heard of keto over the last year or whatever. I never looked into it. I asked one person during a conversation about trying to lose weight and methods and things, just what the heck keto was. And the only thing that stands out in my mind was saying, well, it's kind of like paleo, but you can't have fruit. And at that moment, I was like, stop talking to me. What do you mean I can't have fruit? I'm not doing keto. That's ridiculous. And never thought about it again. And then beginning of January, a different friend started keto. And they never pushed it on me or went all evangelical about it. They would answer questions if I had some, and the rest of it just looked a lot like comments in passing about how great they felt, how loose their pants were. The scale was really kind to them that day. Just, sharing successes like you would imagine with a friend. And it made me really curious, but I still wasn't looking into it. I was very worried about a lot of it. Like, as a diabetic, when my friend talks about fasting and all of that stuff, it worried me, because I'd always been told that all the meals I'd skipped is one of the reasons that I developed insulin resistance in the first place. And so the thought of skipping a meal as a diabetic was confusing to me. And how can keto cure diabetes? I'm not supposed to skip meals. And a lot of it was mind-blowing. Plus, we've been trained since the 80s, that everything needs to be low fat or fat free or blah blah blah. Eat the whole grains, do the things. But that was easier for me to overcome, because look what America has become since that food pyramid with all of the grains was introduced. Like, we have gotten fatter and fatter and fatter, more and more cancer, higher rates of diabetes, and clearly something was not right. And that became one of the easier things for me to switch my thinking on. I already was a huge proponent of whole foods and cutting out processed crap and all of that stuff from my paleo days. So there were aspects of it that made sense to me. But no fruit? do not tell me I will never have a pineapple again. Or a mango? Are you crazy? And what? There will never be a day where I take a glorious rustic loaf of sourdough and toast it with butter on it. I don't know about this. So then I decided to just do my own due diligence. I'm already on Google looking up why the heck I feel so crappy. I might as well just toss in a quick keto search. And in all the commingling of that research, I came upon adrenal fatigue, which I'd heard before. I know people that have adrenal fatigue. I didn't really know anything about it. 126, I discovered, holy crap, all of the things that I had been struggling more and more and more with over the last year and a half is very, very likely adrenal fatigue. I first stumbled upon Dr. Berg on YouTube as he explained all of these different symptoms for adrenal fatigue. And it blew my mind because every single thing he talked about I had been experiencing. And a lot of it was just getting worse and worse. And a lot of that stuff I'd be like, oh, well, I'm diabetic. It's got to be that. Oh, well, I'm in my 40s now. It's got to be that. So a lot of times it'd be like, oh, well, my blood sugars just must be out of control and it's screwing with my brain. But my numbers weren't out of control. And I would tell myself that I'm just overworked, overstressed, sleep deprived, etc., etc. And I made all these excuses for all the things that were going wrong with me. And then I saw that adrenal fatigue is likely the culprit for a good 20 to 30 things that have been a problem for me in the last year and a half. So in that, Dr. Berg suggests that a ketogenic diet is one of the prescriptions for adrenal fatigue. Well, that sent me down a keto research rabbit hole. I got books, I was all over YouTube, I was all over the internet as a whole. I've started listening to podcasts, watching documentaries, everything I possibly could to take in as much keto knowledge as my adrenal fatigued brain would let me. And even now, 13 weeks in, I still try to learn more. In this day and age, we have more information than we could possibly devour in a lifetime. And I know it can be difficult to weed through all of that. So I am going to make my own recommendations to you. Good places to start, places I started. And maybe that will set you down the path. And obviously watch my videos. I'm doing this for a reason. So books. First of all, bless my friend's heart for reminding me that libraries exist. Because the last thing you want to do is go buy a bunch of books that you don't even find useful. I bought 2 books. And I will tell you right now that one of them, I wish I would have just gotten at the library because the recipes do not seem very appealing to me. The information in it is spectacular. And it's about half that, I think. But the recipes do not seem that appealing to me. Like, I don't think I'd want to make most of them. So that might be good for the library. And I'm sorry, Leanne Vogel, but it's this one. Maybe they're delicious, but I am not inspired to try them. However, the information in here is spectacular and really leans towards women and keto and our hormones. It's just different. Sorry, dudes. But women's bodies are different. And she really touches on a lot of that. She also has a YouTube channel and podcasts. Look for Healthful Pursuit, I believe. A lot of this stuff I will look up later and put it in the description. But this is super informational. Ugh. This was the first book I ever got. Bless my mama's heart. She was going to Costco. So I asked her to look for this book. It was not there. But she said there were like, bless her heart, she said there were like 5 or 6 keto books. And so she didn't know which one to get me, but this one had a lot of information and the other ones just seemed to be recipes. So she thought that I would like this one best. I do like this one best. Mama knows me. This is a really good book. I haven't tried any of the recipes yet, but they look good. Like, I would try probably 80% of these. I just haven't yet. And information-wise, it's good. Like, her macro breakdown is where I'm at right now. This is the breakdown I changed to, 80% fat. Did I say that right? Anyway, good stuff. I believe she also has a podcast and YouTube channel and all those things. Haven't gotten to those yet. There's only so many hours in a day. So, that covers books. I've recently started to listen to a podcast called Keto Dudes, finding that informational and helping me like solidify the facts of keto. YouTube channels, I really like Keto Connect, and their website is where I do get a lot of recipes. You just need to be armed with your facts about keto as you go into it, because they do use some ingredients that if you are very strict, clean keto, isn't what you want. Like, they use peanuts in their Kung Pao chicken, and I changed that to cashews. It's still delicious because peanuts are technically not clean keto. Just things like that. So be mindful when you go to them for recipes or various other information. But they have a really great YouTube channel. I believe they have a podcast as well. I also like Keto Christina. She provides a lot of information and has been very successful with weight loss. I watch Highfalutin Low Carb periodically, especially when I'm on the prowl for how to make a certain recipe. He's hilarious. There are so many keto channels, but the 3 I mentioned are the 3 that I visit most often. And then one documentary that I would recommend, it is on Netflix. I only just watched it a couple weeks ago, is The Magic Pill. It just kind of touches on how this way of eating can heal so many things. So books, YouTube, podcasts, Google your little heart out Talk to your doctor if that is your jam. And if you know people, friends, family, who have been doing keto, whether successful or not, ask them. If they haven't been successful, you maybe want to know that too. And why not? And if they hated every second of it, why did they hate it? It's not for everyone. I can't say that enough. It is not for everyone. I'm not going to get into all the reasons I decided it was for me, but maybe it's just more than you want to deal with. And that is perfectly okay. I don't know what else to tell you. Research is critical. And continuing to do research is critical. And free thought and problem solving and making your own adult decisions, because there's a lot of conflicting information out there and you need to weed through it and figure out what works for you. I can tell you all day, every day, that to do this, that, and the other thing just because it worked for me, but maybe it won't work for you. And if you have enough information to problem solve when it's not working, you're going to be far more successful. That's all I got today. I think that was plenty. Go have a spectacular day. Do epic things. I don't know about where you are, but it is glorious today. It's going to be in the 70s. I need to get some work done and then go bask in some of that, I hope.